Ever felt like you're on the brink of something big, only to stop yourself at the last moment? Like there's an invisible force holding you back, even when everything inside you says go. That's self-sabotage. It's the part of you that doesn't want to see you succeed. The part that fears success more than failure. It's dark psychology at play, and if you don't recognize it, it will keep you stuck in a cycle of failure and regret. In today's episode, we're going to uncover how self-sabotage works and how you can break free from it once and for all. Self-sabotage is an unconscious behavior pattern where you actively prevent yourself from achieving your goals or fulfilling your potential. It's like a mental trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration and regret. Self-sabotage doesn't always look like throwing away opportunities or openly failing. Often, it manifests in small, subtle behaviors that seem harmless, but ultimately derail your success. Some common forms of self-sabotage include procrastination, putting off important tasks, even though you know they're critical. Perfectionism, waiting for the perfect moment or outcome, which never comes, leading to inaction. Self-doubt, questioning your own abilities, even when you've proven yourself capable. Fear of success, avoiding success because it triggers deep-seated fears about change, visibility, or responsibility. Overthinking, analyzing every detail to the point of paralysis, preventing any real action from being taken. At its core, self-sabotage is not about consciously trying to fail. It's often driven by unconscious fear, insecurity, and emotional baggage. It's a defense mechanism that kicks in when we feel unworthy, undeserving, or unprepared to handle the changes and responsibilities that come with success. Why do we engage in self-sabotage when we know it's against our best interests? The answer lies in the psychology of fear and comfort. The mind is wired to seek certainty and comfort. When we're on the verge of achieving something great, the fear of the unknown creeps in. Our brain, always trying to protect us, sends out warning signals, and those warning signals manifest as self-sabotage. This happens because the fear of change, even good changes, bring uncertainty. We fear losing control, and success often requires us to change in ways we haven't fully accepted yet. Imposter syndrome. When we reach a level of success, we may feel like a fraud, doubting that we deserve it. Instead of stepping into our power, we hold ourselves back because we're afraid of being found out. Comfort zone. Success brings a different kind of discomfort, responsibility. More success means more expectations, more work, more visibility. The unknown can feel like a threat to your current, comfortable life. Fear of judgment. With success, there's the risk of criticism, especially if you've stepped out of your comfort zone. Being seen means being judged, and this can trigger fear. These fears are natural, but when they go unacknowledged, they turn into self-sabotaging behaviors. For instance, procrastinating on a big project can feel like a way to avoid the discomfort of stepping into the unknown. The fear of failure keeps us from trying, but fear of success often holds us back even more because it forces us to face the possibility of change. You may wonder, why would I intentionally stand in my own way? Why would I sabotage something I want so badly? The answer lies in our subconscious mind. Our subconscious is responsible for holding our deepest fears, past experiences, and unresolved emotional conflicts. We often sabotage ourselves because the subconscious mind views success as a threat to its current status quo. Think of it this way: success brings visibility. If you're seen, you're open to being judged, criticized, or even rejected. Success changes relationships. It can disrupt the balance of power with those around you, which may feel uncomfortable. Success requires effort. It demands that you step up and rise to the occasion, which can be overwhelming. When you self-sabotage, your subconscious is trying to keep you in the comfort zone, even if that comfort zone isn't helping you thrive. You've trained your mind, either through experience or fear, that failure is safer than success. The fear of rejection or failure may seem less threatening than the fear of success and the responsibility it brings. Self-sabotage is often a cyclical behavior. You sabotage your progress, feel guilty about it, and then reinforce the same cycle the next time you approach success. The cycle goes something like this. You set big goals. The excitement of pursuing something great fuels your enthusiasm. Fear kicks in. As you get closer to achieving those goals, anxiety and fear begin to build. These feelings are often unacknowledged, leading to internal conflict. You self-sabotage. In an attempt to avoid the discomfort of success or failure, you procrastinate, doubt yourself, or avoid the work entirely. Guilt and shame. After self-sabotaging, you feel guilty, unworthy, or frustrated with yourself, which worsens your self-esteem and makes the fear even stronger next time. The cycle repeats. You may start over with new enthusiasm, but the same fears and patterns resurface, and the cycle repeats. This cycle is perpetuated by the subconscious mind, which uses defense mechanisms like avoidance and disassociation to prevent you from confronting your fears. Breaking the cycle requires awareness and action. The first step to breaking free from self-sabotage is recognition. Self-sabotage is often invisible because it's based on unconscious thoughts and fears. The key is to recognize when you're sabotaging yourself and understand why it's happening. Ask yourself these questions. When do I procrastinate? What task or goal am I avoiding, and why? What am I afraid of? Is it the fear of success? Judgment, change. What's the payoff of self-sabotage? Am I avoiding discomfort or maintaining my current situation by not taking action? Recognizing the patterns of self-sabotage helps you break the cycle. Once you identify these patterns, you can start taking intentional actions to move past them. Self-sabotage is a defense mechanism, but it's one that holds you back from your true potential. If you feel like you're stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage, don't beat yourself up. Instead, recognize that these patterns come from deep-seated fears. The key to breaking free is awareness and action. The most important thing to remember is success and growth require discomfort. The more you lean into discomfort, the more you'll expand your potential. It's about recognizing the fear, stepping into the unknown, and doing it anyway. Now, it's time to break free. Self-sabotage can feel like a mental prison, but the good news is, it doesn't have to control you anymore. We're going to talk about how to break the cycle and reclaim your path to success. The first step in overcoming self-sabotage is recognizing when and why you're engaging in self-sabotaging behavior. This might seem obvious, but it's often the hardest part because these behaviors happen subconsciously. Key signs of self-sabotage: procrastination, delaying important tasks, even when you know they're essential. Perfectionism, refusing to start or finish something because it doesn't feel perfect. Negative self-talk, constantly doubting your abilities or telling yourself you're not good enough. Self-doubt, questioning your ability to succeed, despite evidence to the contrary. Avoidance, putting off or avoiding situations that trigger fear or discomfort. Recognizing your triggers. What situations make you procrastinate or avoid tasks? What are the thoughts that run through your head when you hesitate to take action? When do you start to feel fearful or nervous about succeeding? Change your relationship with fear. Fear doesn't have to be a roadblock. It can be a motivator. Instead of viewing fear as something to avoid, start seeing it as a signal that you're on the right path. Fear often shows up when you're pushing boundaries and stepping into unknown territory. And that's where growth happens. Shift your focus. Instead of being paralyzed by fear, ask yourself, what will happen if I don't take this action? The fear of staying stuck can be more powerful than the fear of failure. Reframe failure as a learning experience. People who succeed know that failure is part of the process. Failure isn't the end. It's just a step toward growth. When you fail, ask what you can learn from it. What did you miss? What can you do differently next time? Stop seeking perfection. Perfectionism keeps you stuck. It keeps you from finishing tasks and taking action. Instead of striving for the perfect outcome, focus on progress. Progress over perfection. If you make small, consistent improvements every day, you'll see big results in the long run. Change your self-talk. If your inner dialogue is constantly filled with negativity and self-doubt, it's time to reframe those thoughts. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable of doing this, and I will learn along the way." The more you challenge these negative thoughts, the more confident you'll become. One of the biggest reasons people engage in self-sabotage is that their goals feel too big, overwhelming, or unrealistic. This can lead to procrastination, avoidance, and self-doubt. Breaking goals down. To avoid getting overwhelmed, break your big goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This not only makes the goal feel achievable, but it also creates a sense of momentum as you complete each small step. For example, instead of saying, "I'm going to write a book," break it down to "I'm going to write 300 words today." Instead of "I need to lose 30 pounds, say "I'm going to walk for 30 minutes every day this week." The power of the 1% rule. If you improve by just 1% each day, you'll see huge progress over time. These small improvements add up, making the larger goal feel less daunting. Track your progress. Keep track of your daily or weekly progress to build a sense of accomplishment. This will keep you motivated and remind you of how far you've come. When you self-sabotage, it's often because you're avoiding emotional discomfort. The key to breaking free is developing healthy coping mechanisms to deal with that discomfort in positive ways. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation can help you stay present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. When you're able to observe your thoughts without judgment, you gain better control over your actions. Practice deep breathing or mindfulness to stay grounded when self-sabotage triggers arise. Stress relief techniques. Find healthy ways to manage stress so that it doesn't lead to self-sabotage. This could include exercise, journaling, hobbies, spending time with loved ones. Build emotional resilience. When you face setbacks, it's easy to fall back into self-sabotage. Resilience is about bouncing back from those setbacks and staying focused on your goals. The more you build resilience, the less likely you are to sabotage yourself when things don't go as planned. Taking action is the antidote to self-sabotage. It's easy to get stuck in the mental cycle of doubt and fear, but action cuts through that cycle. Start small and build momentum. Even if you're scared or uncertain, take the first step. Don't wait for the perfect moment to act. Take imperfect action. Don't worry about making mistakes. The more you act, the more you learn and improve. Consistency over perfection. Focus on being consistent, not perfect. It's the small, consistent actions that will lead to success over time. The more you show up, the more you will succeed. Self-sabotage doesn't have to control you. It's a defense mechanism designed to keep you safe, but you don't need to stay stuck in fear. By recognizing your patterns, reframing your mindset, setting small achievable goals, and taking consistent action, you can break free from self-sabotage once and for all. Remember, success requires discomfort, but the growth that comes from that discomfort is what will push you to your highest potential. Self-sabotage isn't something you just manage for a short time. It's something you can completely eradicate from your life with the right tools, mindset shifts, and strategies. Ready to break free for good? One of the most powerful ways to conquer self-sabotage permanently is by addressing the subconscious mind. Your subconscious holds the core beliefs and fears that drive your self-sabotaging behaviors. How the subconscious holds you back. The subconscious mind is where all of your deep-seated beliefs about yourself, your worth, and your abilities are stored. If you grew up in an environment where success wasn't encouraged, or if you've faced repeated failures, your subconscious may hold on to beliefs like, "I don't deserve success," "I'm not good enough." Success brings more problems. These beliefs can cause you to self-sabotage at an unconscious level. To break free from them, you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. Techniques to reprogram your subconscious. Affirmations. Repeating positive statements like, "I am capable of achieving my goals," or "I deserve success and happiness," can overwrite negative beliefs. Tip. Say your affirmations out loud every morning and before bed. Write them down and keep them visible to reinforce positive thinking. Visualization. Visualizing your success helps your subconscious mind accept the idea of success as normal. Tip. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day visualizing yourself achieving your goals. See the details clearly, how it feels, who's around you, what success looks like. Meditation. Deep meditation helps you access your subconscious mind directly. This practice allows you to release negative emotions and create new neural pathways. Tip. Practice meditation for at least 10 minutes each day, focusing on clearing your mind and envisioning success. Making change stick. The more consistent you are with these techniques, the faster your subconscious will begin to align with your goals. Reprogramming your mind is an ongoing process, so commit to it daily. One of the reasons we self-sabotage is that our identity doesn't align with our goals. You may want success, but deep down, you don't identify as a successful person. You may think of yourself as someone who is always struggling or not worthy of success. The power of identity. Your identity shapes your behaviors. If you see yourself as someone who never succeeds, you'll act in ways that reinforce that belief. To break free from self-sabotage, you need to change your identity. Steps to shift your identity. Start seeing yourself as successful. Instead of focusing on failure, start visualizing yourself as someone who is already succeeding. Even small successes are proof that you're capable. Shift your self-perception. Begin thinking of yourself as a doer, not a procrastinator. See yourself as someone who takes action, takes risks, and embraces discomfort. Act like the person you want to be. Align your actions with the identity you want to create. If you want to be someone who is fit and healthy, start making small decisions that reflect that identity, such as eating healthier or working out. Create a new self-image. The more you act in alignment with the person you want to become, the more your subconscious will accept that identity. Over time, it will become your new normal, and self-sabotage will have less of a grip on you. It's hard to overcome self-sabotage alone. The environment around you and the people you associate with play a huge role in your success or failure. The impact of environment. If you surround yourself with people who reinforce negative beliefs, or if you spend time in environments that keep you stuck, it becomes much harder to break free from self-sabotage. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who encourage growth, you'll find it easier to overcome your inner obstacles. How to build a strong support system. Find like-minded people. Surround yourself with people who have the same goals and mindset. Join communities, online groups, or find mentors who inspire you. Accountability partners. Find someone who can hold you accountable for your actions. Share your goals with them and check in regularly to ensure you're staying on track. Distance from toxic individuals. Identify people who bring you down, reinforce your fears, or enable self-sabotage. Spend less time with them and seek out individuals who encourage and uplift you. The role of mentors. A mentor who's walked the path you want to take can help guide you through the challenges. Having someone to give you feedback and support is invaluable when you're trying to break free from self-sabotage. Self-sabotage often stems from a fear of failure, rejection, or criticism. It's easy to let these fears dictate your actions and prevent you from pursuing your goals. To conquer self-sabotage, you must develop emotional resilience. What is emotional resilience? Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, challenges, or emotional pain without letting it derail your progress. When you're emotionally resilient, failure doesn't feel like the end of the world. and you can continue pushing forward even when things don't go as planned. How to build emotional resilience. Reframe failure. Learn to view failure as feedback, not a roadblock. When something doesn't work out, ask, what can I learn from this? Manage stress. Practice stress management techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or exercise. Reducing stress makes it easier to take action and avoid self-sabotage. Cultivate a growth mindset. Develop the belief that challenges are opportunities for growth, not obstacles to avoid. The more you embrace challenges, the more you'll grow and strengthen your emotional resilience. Dealing with setbacks. When setbacks occur, and they will, focus on getting back up. The longer you dwell on failure, the more likely you are to fall into the self-sabotage trap again. Bounce back quickly and keep your eyes on your goals. The ultimate antidote to self-sabotage is consistent action. The more you act, the less room there is for fear and doubt to take over. The power of small actions. Success doesn't come from one big breakthrough. It comes from small, consistent actions over time. Start with small steps toward your goals. Each action will help build momentum and break the cycle of self-sabotage. Consistency is key. Show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Take imperfect action. Even if it's not perfect, celebrate small wins to stay motivated. The more action you take, the more confidence you'll build, and the less self-sabotage will hold you back. To conquer self-sabotage permanently, you must reprogram your subconscious mind by changing your beliefs and fears. Shift your identity to align with the person you want to become. Build a strong support system of positive, motivating people. Develop emotional resilience so you can handle challenges without giving up. Commit to consistent action, no matter how small, and let that momentum push you forward. You're no longer bound by the chains of self-sabotage. You have the tools and the mindset to break free. If you're ready to break free from self-sabotage and unlock your full potential, hit subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes on mastering your mind and embracing success. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate.